Hey everyone, Shell Shock here, and just want to let you know that everything's been going really well. I've been playing ARMS lately. It's it's tough to play, but it's a lot of fun. Once you get used to the controls, you're definitely into it, and the more you play, the more you have a lot of fun with it. But this video is not an ARMS review. I may do reviews at some point, but if I'm going to review anything, this is what the video is about. Nintendo's E3 from this year. It took place last Tuesday. Now, I may be a little late on this, but I decided I'm just only going to do Nintendo stuff right now, because that's where my knowledge is. So they showed off a trailer of, well, a commercial of some sort, where Nintendo has, like, different competitive games. They showed off, like, Rocket League, they showed off Pokken, they showed ARMS, they showed Splatoon 2, and then they showed off FIFA. You had, like, people at a garage, you had people at a boxing ring. They're just a bunch of people playing together, or they're just running, jogging, and then playing FIFA. Everyone had a good time in the gameplay of those commercials, or the commercial that they showed off. But when people were playing those games, like they had fun. So it's cool to see Nintendo embracing competitive nature of games. They kind of not really embraced it, but they kind of did. But now, like, they're doing it more so than ever before. So I like to see what Nintendo is going to do with that. Anyhow, so we kick things off with Reggie talking about the Nintendo Switch, talking about the journey, where you can actually go, and what the Switch will be able to do with where you go and how you play. They showed off Xenoblade 2, might I add. New gameplay They had new footage, had some gameplay, but there was a lot of CG. They showed off a new character who happens to be like, there's this girl who seems to be the spirit of the Monado, or the blade that's like basically the Monado of this game. And there's like a particular island in the sky that they need to go to. I'm interested in this game. I still need to beat the first Xenoblade, but I beat Xenoblade X. But people say the original Xenoblade is a lot better, so I need to do that. And it comes out this holiday season, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. I will be picking that up once it comes out. It will take a while for me to beat, but it'll be worth the wait. Next up, we have Kirby. They showed up. They started off with like this little teaser, sword wielding hero, like a fire breather, stone cold hero, and then they showed off like with the appetite, which is Kirby, and it looks like the next game of the series after Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, like that same style, but now in HD. But here's a little twist: when you can turn any of your enemies into your allies. The first game that I remember seeing that happen was Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo and Nintendo DS. What happened is that you could turn them into allies. You can carry up to 3 of them, so you have 4 players playing at the same time, kind of like Return to Dreamland. And I think I've seen that there's a combination of like powers, that you can combine powers like you could in Kirby 64, but I gotta take a look at that again just to make sure. But it's just called Kirby, no subtitle at the moment. Just to announce that a Kirby game is indeed coming to Switch, and it's coming out 2018. Yeah. Next, after that, we go to like they transition over to Mr. Ishihara of the Pokemon Company. They showed a bit of Pokken Tournament Deluxe, just showed off that they announced it that's coming for the Switch. But the main reason why he was featured at E3 at the Nintendo Spotlight is because he would like to make an announcement. And his announcement was that they are working on a mainline Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, which will take a little over a year or so, maybe 2 years, but they said a little over a year. But they want to let us know that it's coming. and I'm definitely looking forward to it. It has to be 8th gen. It's not going to be like a Sun and Moon port or like remake of it on the Switch, and it's not going to be remakes of Diamond and Pearl. If they're going to do remakes of Diamond and Pearl, they're going to do it after 8th gen. But I'm thinking for now it's going to be the next generation, which I'm not expecting until 2019. So we'll see what happens. Then they transition over to something that makes a lot of people even more happy, myself included. So they transition to like this dark space-like scenery, like you'd see like a black screen, and then you see like this blue, like look like it's stars or something, and it actually forms a shape of an S, and the S looks like the screw attack, but you don't know for sure because like the number 4 comes out, and like the number 4 just pops in the screen in the middle, and then it goes all the way to the right side, and what is it? Metroid Prime 4. I screamed like it was no tomorrow when I was watching the live screening at Nintendo NY, and there was a lot of people hyped up because the last time we got like a Metroid game was 2010. Federation Force doesn't count, but the last Metroid Prime game came out in 2007 in the main series, mind you. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Nintendo Wii. And the Wii also had the trilogy, which had all 3 games. The first 2 having the Wii controls, because in Japan they released them separately as the new Play Control versions. Those versions were not released outside of Japan because they decided to bundle them into a trilogy instead, which worked. 3 games in one package for $60 is an amazing deal. You get a steelbook, you get like a really solid disc. And it was also re-released on the Wii U's Virtual Console. So if you don't have Metroid Prime trilogy, you've never played them before, and you want to get into them before Metroid Prime 4's release, if you got a Wii U, or if you got a Wii, but better if you have a Wii U, do it. At this point, you don't want to miss out on this. So, Metroid Prime 4, no release date, just to let us know that it's in development. It's amazing that Nintendo is doing this. There are so many people who say that Nintendo doesn't give a crap about Metroid anymore. They've been working on stuff. They just weren't really allowed to. They just really weren't going to say anything until it's ready. But this, like, it seems like it's been in development for a little while, but they just want to let us know it's coming, just to get people talking. But what follows up out of this? Yoshi for the Switch. It's unfortunate because Yoshi was overshadowed by Metroid Prime 4. It had to be the game that got overshadowed. But it seems like it's a solid game. It's basically similar to Yoshi's Woolly World in terms of gameplay, where you collect the eggs, you throw them at enemies, just like any other Yoshi game. And it seems like it's fun. It's made by Good Feel, the same developers as Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Epic Yarn, and Wario Land Shake It. And all 3 of those are great games. But this one, it looks like it's going to be a solid game. I'll pick it up. Comes out next year. Most likely, like in probably the first couple of months of 2018. Because it looks like it's far along in development. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm definitely going to pick it up. Then they showed off Fire Emblem Warriors. New trailer, showed up more characters, and it's coming out the fall of this year. Definitely looking forward to it. And let's see, what's next? What did they show off after that? Oh, they showed off the Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC packs. And the first pack is going to have hard mode, but the second pack is what's more important, what they featured here. They showed off Cass playing like through his accordion, and like he's playing his music, and then like they transitioned to having the 4 champions. You get to play as the 4 champions, and you'll be able to check out like their stories and other stuff. I'm definitely going to be picking both DLCs up. The first pack comes out on the end of this month, June 30th or June 29th. I'm not sure. And I know it's next week. I'll have to look into that. And then the second pack comes out at the end of the year, like a holiday season. I forgot to mention Fire Emblem Warriors is going to have amiibos, and so does the 4 champions in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They'll be having amiibos of their own. We will get to more amiibos soon. Alright. Moving on. The next thing they show off, another 1.5 minute like footage of Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which was talked a lot about in great detail at the Ubisoft conference, which it's actually a fun game. It's actually going to be cool to play. I actually want to get it, just not at launch, but it comes out on August 29th, and yeah, like there's a collector's edition too, like where you get like actual figures and stuff. Then they showed off Rocket League, the fact that you could be able to take it anywhere you go, and it also has cross-platform multiplayer, just like Minecraft, which also has like other modes like Minecraft Realms and the Super Rallyx pack. But for Rocket League, like the performance itself is going to be at 720p and 60 frames because they want to make sure that the game, while it won't look as good as the other versions, it'll still look really good, whether it's docked or undocked, but it will run just as well and have all the important features, plus more stuff, like you have the Mario and Luigi hats, as well as the cars, exclusive to the Switch version. The game comes out on the holiday season of this year. We're also going to be getting Skyrim HD, which they talked very briefly, but not in detail. It was actually shown off at the Bethesda conference. You get to play as, well, you actually don't play as Link, but you get his costume from Breath of the Wild, as well as the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield. It's going to come out this fall. I'm assuming November. Yeah, November sounds about right. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Sorry about that. Anyway, then the last thing that showed off at the spotlight was Super Mario Odyssey. And it does look really good. Looks damn good. It's amazing. Like, it started off with the T-Rex. You can actually use your hat to capture, like, humans, frogs, bullet bills, and other enemies. You can even, like, turn yourself into one of those, like, lampposts, like those lookout posts, and you can just go up, or even rocket or go into the sky, or you can turn into a T-Rex. You can turn into anything. In New Donk City, they have a mayor. They have a familiar face, and that familiar face is Pauline, who was the damsel in distress in the original Donkey Kong. She appeared in other games like the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. This is her biggest role, because now she's the mayor of New Donk City. And not only that, she is there just to help out Mario. The game comes out on October 27th of this year. I'm looking forward to it. There were other games that they were showing off at Treehouse, such as there was like a sushi, some sushi game. I forgot what's the name of it. I apologize if I don't know what the name of it is. I didn't really pay attention to it much. There's ARMS DLC shown off. Max Brass comes out next month. Spectator Mode comes out this month. Max Brass has championship belt like ARMS, and he has an arena that is basically like a boxing ring with championship belts as ropes. But the main thing that they've shown off, Metroid Samus Returns for the Nintendo 3DS. It's a remake / reimagining of Metroid 2. I'm definitely looking forward to this. The strategic move was to announce Metroid Prime 4, and then they showed off Metroid Samus Returns, because if they would have showed off Samus Returns first, people probably wouldn't have been as happy, but the fact that they did what they did, people were happy with this. And that game comes out on September 15th this year. It's been developed for at least like 2 years. And it's developed by Mercury Steam, the same people who worked on the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games. Definitely looking forward to it. And I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. Like it's basically their main reason to play the 3DS, aside from Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But yeah, that's about it. That's just my E3 stuff. I got to play Super Mario Odyssey at Nintendo Y. Not only that, they also had other games. They had Fire Emblem Warriors, Pokken Tournament Deluxe, and they had ARMS. But ARMS came out later that week. But but obviously my point still stands. I'm definitely excited for the rest of the games, especially Odyssey. Gonna be picking them all up. But yeah, that's it. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good night.